Year.
Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you all for joining. We'll start sort of as usual with a New Year's, let's say, rumble of a pet maybe that we'll give away. We have a pretty fun agenda to talk uh, today about. As I mentioned previously, I was telling sort of the community, Cedric, that although usually it's sort of a pretty slow couple of weeks. We had some good news, right? Sort of both around
Yeah.
Hexalem, which we'll talk a bit about. We have some good progress on Unity. It's sort of the work is underway. Proposal number 2, we'll touch upon this a bit. And then I think we'll give you some more information on sort of a short roadmap to GDC and what sort of that means for us and what it can mean for Polkadot Gaming as usual. And we'll close out with our second sort of rumble for the day.
So we start a Rumble then,
Yeah,
or
let's go.
and what do? We do it like always. Like if the person owns a legendary, he gets a fully equipped one. If he doesn't own a legendary, he gets a simple legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So Rumble, let's do that. Error to do random. Type normal countdown 2 minutes. So let's go. Let's go and click on these words.
And we'll see. We're going to introduce a couple of new mechanics, or let's say new mini games. I think during our community calls, we discussed it a bit
Yep.
earlier today. We'll see how we'll exactly do it, like a new burn mechanism or something like that. But we'll be able to share, I
Yep.
think, a bit more to have these a bit more interactive and fun. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that will be fun. That idea was being brought to us by Robinho, Web3, which is also in the call. So, yeah, I think. Do we have like a slide for it?
no, not really. I think that's why I thought I'll sort of just bring
Okay.
it up here so we
Yeah.
can discuss a bit about it and see sort of
Yeah.
what it is.
So, I mean, the idea was like, since we do have like still like a ton of tokens, of Bayou tokens, and I mean, it doesn't make sense to just throw them around. So we thought like, instead of, I mean, a part of them will be used for missions and quests, obviously, and also like to do marketing and stuff like this. But there is so many that it might be also very a good idea to start burning them. And we thought like, instead of just burning them silently or just doing it like on a way where we say, hey, we burn like this amount, we thought like, hey, we will do in every community call, we randomly do a number, and it might be high or low between a certain amount,
Yep.
and then we burn them. So it's like an event, right? And we would burn them all together by looking at them being burned. Something like this, right? So yeah, I think that could be a very interesting thing. I just need to find out if I am able to burn them on my own, or if we need to do a small runtime upgrade, or if there is like, yeah, I need to find like
Yep.
the burning mechanism.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, we'll obviously, if you don't like the idea, everybody you can blame Robinho. That's just so
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. It's not my idea.
It's
It's
not our
Robinho.
idea. It's just Robinho's idea. So blame him. No, but obviously the whole point of us is that we'll try to see what makes more sense. How does this sort of also interact, and in what way with the launch of our main network sort of later on this year, which is sort of what we are leading towards anyway. But yeah, I think it could be a good mechanism for us.
Yeah,
Rumble
I
is
think it's
underway.
fun.
Also, let's see. Dark friend is still in. I'm still in. That's a good. And we're slaying. Oh no, you're making
Yeah,
you're making
exactly.
snow angels. That's not slaying. You're making snow angels. And what am I doing? I'm grabbing a flaming Yuli log. Oof, oof. Something Christmassy.
I found a candy gun, which is ineffective in killing, but anyway, at least I have candies.
Well, I fell off Santa's sleigh. and into an electric fence.
Okay. Oop, that sounds nasty, right?
Oh no, I'm out. Uh, I'm out. Defconet is out. Milan is in. Sandro is still in it. Let's see who else is in it. You're still in it. 7 players left. Sandro's out. You took him out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. 4 players left. Who is it? Nanamar is inside. Diana. Milan is out.
Four players. I'm still in.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still in.
You're still in. We
I'm
need
still
either
in.
a big resurrection, or let's see.
Uh,
Big Cryptos asking for a revive.
Dark friend. That's my candy gun. Shot too much candy into blah, and he died. Right? Oh no, I didn't want.
No.
But
Congratulations to Nanamar Diana on your slaying in the first Rumble of the year. So, congratulations.
exactly. So need to spin up mention bot fast.
Yeah.
So, what does it give me? Info. Let me check your account first. So you don't own a legendary, so I will send you a traditional one. I will find someone for you and let me see which one. I will buy this one and it will come to you in a few seconds.
So,
Let me
congrats,
show it.
Nana.
I will post the picture of your avatar in a second in the
Nice.
chat. Just need to make sure that I don't. So this is coming to your wallet in a few seconds.
Oh, that looks really nice.
It's called
Anid.
Anit. NID. Anit. And it has some nice. Oh, no, not forging.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, congrats once again. I think I'll start sort of moving on. Last time when we mentioned to all of you back in December about Hexalem, I think we were just about the next day to participate in the hackathon competition. Since then, that has been done. So Cedric and the Substrate Gaming team sort of went through that and now have been selected as a finalist. So I think that could be, yeah. Maybe Cedric, you can share a bit about sort of how that went and what the next steps sort of here are.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I thought like having like a demo game for the Polkadot Unity SDK is quite important, and it was also advised to us. And I was looking at all the other decentralization packages, and they don't really offer demos like games and stuff like that. And I thought like since Polkadot Unity SDK is really good and like predestined for creating like games, I thought like it is a really good opportunity to create a game for it, right? And I thought like the hackathon is cool because I can like use a few people which I know, which are young and which are very eager to compete in those hackathons, to convince them to create the game with me. And we managed to bring out Hexalem in, I think, like a little bit more than a month, where we were just like on the side working on it, and we sent it in. So for me, the purpose was to create like a demo game for the Unity SDK, and for them, it was to be able to succeed and go to Hong Kong to the finals, right? And we got like into the finals, I think, yeah, on just shortly after Christmas. And that means that one of us, which is Rosta, the young dude, which was working with us or which is part of this team, which
Mhm.
is only 19, will go to Hong Kong and present this in the finals. In like, I think there are 3 tracks or 4 tracks, and we also applied for the 10C bounty. And it is also integrated already in the Polkadot Unity SDK as a demo game. And yeah, it is so as soon as we finished the hackathon, we will also then start on thinking how we bring it into Ajuna network or Bayou network, or
Yeah.
first Bayou network and then Ajuna network. But the goal is to have it launched in our ecosystem like shortly, right? It doesn't need too much
And I
time.
and I think those are two of the things that you touched upon, which are quite interesting from an ecosystem point of view. First of all, this kid Rosta, who not only has been tinkering and doing stuff right for quite some time in here, with initially trying to do a wallet of himself. He went through the Polkadot Academy. He's super young, so I think this is great that you see people that
Yeah.
are starting to build stuff. And I think the second thing is that this can act as a very good also showcase demo at a very good timing for us as we are moving towards the Unity asset store and the verification sort of process. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff with Hexalem.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, maybe just like to give an additional thing, right? So since I was like working a lot on this part, like mostly on the Unity part, and like making sure that it fits and it has like the maturity of a real game in terms of code coverage, test coverage, and also in code quality, I got like a lot of additional insights, and obviously I bring them now back to the big balls of Bayun, right? So I already started to refactor and make big balls of Bayun more like mature, and yeah, so it will have like shortly a new version for the big balls, which should be a little bit more stable and have like more Polkadot Unity SDK insights inside the product.
Yep. So speaking also of the SDK, part two of the proposal has now um, been successful. So we're sort of, I think, waiting now in the next couple of days for its completion. And I think we're super excited about this, to be honest, and we're very thankful to the community and dot holders who participate and vote in the treasury. We do think that this is completely in the right direction for gaming, for the ecosystem as a whole. But also specifically for us, something which is sort of very important. And as part, maybe sort of as to tell you what are the first steps that we're really excited to start working on, and we already have. So one of the first things that we are going to do, which I don't really mention here, is that we're going to make sure that Polkadot becomes a gold member of the Blockchain Game Alliance, so we can start as an ecosystem getting involved there. And then it's sort of the preparation for GDC. GDC is the Game Developers Conference, which takes place each year in San Francisco. It is the biggest event of its type, and it's a great opportunity to take products and technology like this, both to sort of showcase to indie developers, but also show to bigger studios what it is that the Polkadot Unity SDK specifically can do, and how it's how it improves compared to other solutions out there. We'll be able to sort of showcase Polkadot gaming as a concept there, and its participant in it. We'll prepare sort of different materials for it. It's an opportunity for us to do some PR for the ecosystem as a whole, but also for sort of gaming in our ecosystem as a whole. And hopefully we'll be able to bring with us a few demo games like sort of Hexalem and potentially other things. Already quite a lot of partners, let's say, or quite a lot of teams will be participating in the event one way or the other, and we're looking forward to sort of welcoming more. It's a pretty exciting sort of thing, I think, for the ecosystem, more so because it takes us outside of this crypto bubble events, right? Sort of like Tokyo 2049, which are good to be there and we should be active and participate. But yeah, we're super interested and super excited to take Ajuna and sort of Polkadot on the road. So yeah, I think sort of that's a bit of an update on Unity. Maybe you can also give a short update on the technical side, because also Cedric completed a big part of this work sort of this week, so maybe you can share a bit on that too.
Yeah, so after like a very big hangover after Christmas, I took up just like I think the day after my birthday, which was on the 27th, I took up all my capacities in like those, let's say, a little bit silent or not so crowded days to like work fully on the Polkadot Unity SDK. And I managed like to work on them for like 4 days or for like 4 days on it. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty much preparing the documentation, making sure that everything aligns, that it is properly set up, so new developers have um, like an easy start and step-by-step tutorials to get into it. And I think, yeah, it is at a really good quality now, and that's why I did the submission yesterday. The submission is like the first step because it then goes in a technical verification. There's like, I think, 4 steps from Unity, which one is like an audit. There is technical reviews. It involves also like documentation reviews. So I think we are on a very good side here, at least from my opinion. And yeah, it was not too challenging. I think the biggest challenge was obviously like creating the whole documentation and making sure that everything aligns with the guidelines from Unity. So yeah, but overall, if somebody is interested, here is the current online documentation. You can take a look. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it has like quite some parts in it, and if you do find some things which are unclear, then feel free to, or no, you're welcome to help and make it more yeah, mature. But it's also something which should like start to live from the day where we get like the verification.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that I mean all of these different activities. We're, as I said, that's why sort of I put this slide more as a road to GDC. We're trying to make sure that all of these different activities, from the SDK to those first demos, to getting enough projects and parachains sort of involved and prepare their demos and showcases, that we can make sort of a good, a really good event out of GDC for Polkadot as a whole. So pretty exciting stuff. We will keep you updated on this. It's going to be a big part of our agenda and moving forward, right? Sort of past GDC, we're going to be going to Tokyo. We're going to be going to the Middle East. We're going to be going to Brazil in sort of taking the SDK on this roadshow and highlight what Polkadot and Ajuna can do for gaming. So it's going to be part of our agenda for this year, and pretty excited, as I said, sort of about that. So yeah, I think those are sort of the main things that we wanted to sort of share
Yep.
with most of you. But yeah, happy to take any more questions.
Maybe one thing from my side, which was very important, we somehow lost like our 14th booster, and that made like the custom invitation link from Discord to be open to everyone again, right? So only if you have 14 boosters, and if you are at level 3, then you can have like a custom Discord invite link, which was a Ajuna network so far. And since we lost that, somebody else took like this invitation and created a fake scam Discord, and we were only able to get like the link back with the small line in between. So we had to change all our links, which were targeting the old one. And yeah, obviously there is now this scamming account. We did like, yeah, reported it a few times. I did a DMCA takedown on them, but I think that takes some time. But just to be aware, there is like this auto server, which, yeah, we don't know. We think that it is a scam server because they are trying to get your assets with this bot, and we don't really know what they do with it. So be careful. Better don't join them. And yeah, it's just like, so there
Yep.
is this auto server, and take care.
Yeah, that's a good point because we encountered it sort of earlier. I mean, from our side, we'll make sure that we keep our server as protected as we can here. So we'll boost it, make sure that we have sort of what's needed. But yeah, be aware, don't fall for a trap like that. Um,
Yeah.
and and yeah, any other questions from the community? Let me just also go through the chat, see if there's anything.
Who bought all the Bayou?
Who bought all of it?
That's a,
That's a good
yeah.
question.
I mean, it's a good question, right? It's a good question. So it wasn't us.
So yeah, that's one part. Yeah.
It wasn't us. So what is currently, we don't have currently like an traditional market
Market make.
maker. We are looking for a new one. We are in talks with a few, and we are providing liquidity at this point. Yeah, so I think there's not too much to say here. Hopefully we get in line with also the new network, like the our main network. We get like again a contract with a market maker, probably in another in another way than we had it in the first way, but I think that's also a learning. And we always said that we will try out with Bayou Network
Yeah.
what it means like having a market maker as like a learning, and we learned a lot. And yeah, obviously, yeah,
No, it was. I
we
think
will
it was.
take this experience.
It was really good that we got the opportunity because a lot of people, I think, confuse that having a test network or canary network as more of a technical experimentation, but it's much more than that, right? It gives us the opportunity to test things such as market making, regulatory sort of standings, all of these different things. So having also one of the biggest market makers this year was quite important for us. But I think that sort of overall it was a zero sum game, right? Sort of for us with them. So exploring different opportunities for our main network is, yeah, something which we will keep doing.
Yeah. So this
Robinho.
is really a good question, right? So will you announce the exact date of mission soon? Exactly. So as you all know, we are waiting on asynchronous backing for this, and it's just like because it's not in our hand, and we thought like previously we thought, hey, this is like a very safe thing. We just do the upgrade and then it's done,
Yeah.
which it isn't. So we are currently working with Parity together. They have now started to put Asset Hub also into async baking, and we are currently coordinating with them together to make sure that we get also on top of it. Now, it means like we were like the first one to go with asynchronous backing. There was nobody else, and there is nobody else that has been doing the upgrade so far. So we were probably, to be honest, pushing way too early.
Yeah.
But so that's also why it bricked Rococo, and we got a lot of learnings. Also, we already like reviewed their PR, which they did, and already found also a mistake there. So we are really hoping that they get this updated now soon on Asset Hub. And like if they manage to get 6 seconds, then we will follow all the changes there to get also 6 seconds, right?
And I
And
think,
then and that's like the precondition for us to say, okay, now we know what we get, and we know exactly when we will get it on Kusama, so we can announce the missions. I mean, if I say now end of January missions and quests, and it's not set, then it's like
yeah,
it wouldn't be really a good thing.
I think that was the point that I was want to make to answer sort of to Robinho, is that up until recently we were stuck in the problem that we were being told dates, right? Hey, it's going to be ready then, and so then we were just transferring information from Priority back to you. But because this doesn't work, right? Until it's done, it's done. From their side, we will not be giving an exact date because it's not in our hands. And when we were just sort of yeah, letting you know the dates that we were given, this really doesn't help us.
And yeah, Christian will so Christian will mostly focus on the main network to make sure that governance is in place, and also that the XCM channels are ready to move Ioun tokens to Asset Hub. And along this, he will also do that for Kusama. At least that is like the plan. But also be aware that if you are like considering this because of Pink, then Pink is on Polkadot and not on Kusama, so this won't help to get an allocation. Yeah, and I mean, for us, it would be interesting to be able to move Bayou to Asset Hub on Kusama because we have the asset conversion palette there, which is like the DEX and which would allow us to have like access to a DEX. I'm not sure how productive it is already, but it would allow us to be able to use the DEX on Kusama as a top,
Yep,
which is
exactly.
currently not on Polkadot. So far, the palette is not set up on Polkadot as a top.
Yep.
MEXC problem, like disappeared tokens or problems with withdrawals, DEX is good. No, I haven't heard. Is that something that concerns by you, MEXC, Milan?
Uh, at this point, at least from we haven't been informed by MEXE or anybody else, right? For any problems, and usually they're quite fast to sort of indicate
Yeah,
that there's something going on. But regardless of that, I think sort of to answer Milan, it's having a DEX or being in a DEX as an alternative is always better. The more exchanges and sort of different type of exchanges, the less sort of we're spreading out the risk, which I think is sort of good. And we're looking into all of these solutions for Ajuna for sure.
yeah. And we also have like in mind that we want to make sure that Bayou token holders which have been part of our community in playing AAAs are also able to swap a certain amount of Bayous to Ioun tokens. And we are still like trying to figure out how we gonna do it. And there is not like a 100% plan, but we will do something to make sure that our community, like the ones that are here, that have been with us for the past year and months and have been playing, that they are like the first priority to be able to move over with us also to the main network. We are also like having plans already to what we are gonna do on the main network to make sure that you as players from Bayou network can also profit. And we had like a lot of ideas and a lot of really cool stuff. But yeah, I think we need to wait the planning meeting. Nick and the team and me, we will do a planning meeting like in the upcoming week, and we will point out the most important things for us, and then we start to communicate them. So be ready for more informations on how we will kick off the main network with you together. I didn't have as well. Lots of people have. I don't have any token. Yeah, so we do have like a lot of tokens on MEXC, and we have, or not a lot of tokens, but we do have like tokens on MEXC. But we haven't had any issues. We had some issues with the personal account from Gate, but not like something disappearing, more something where they just like wanted to know where like the funds come from, but I think that's usual, like the KYC stuff,
Yeah,
but nothing else.
exactly. So yeah, I don't think we have anything sort of else for today to share. Um, I don't see any more questions. So yeah, I think we can end it here. Thanks everyone for joining. We can do
Oh, Rumble,
Rumble. Yeah,
Rumble,
yeah.
Rumble,
We'll do our exit
Rumble.
Rumble. So if there's any other question during the Rumble, you can let us know.
Yeah, I forgot. I was so much into those questions. Also, like we are aware that marketing will ramp up again, and we are. It's also like because we haven't had the time for the planning meeting. The planning meeting is next week, so we will also start to involve more the community. Make sure that we can have like the most valuable people in the community to participate in helping us to moderate, but also getting like rewarded for doing such work for us or being part of the community. I think this is very important for us because, yeah, I think like knowing what Ajuna and what the products are is like a key feature to be part or to be part as a moderator. So yeah, I mean, we will probably open up soon to get like those that have been with us for a long time and are eager to help us in moderation to open up some positions for them.
Also, next week, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sort of sharing maybe our itinerary for the year. So, where we're going to be. Like, as I said, in March, we're going to be in San Francisco and so on and so forth, because we want to make sure that we can get the opportunity with the community in different regions to try and meet up. So, maybe people who are in North America, we can sort of figure out how we can meet um, around March when we're there. Same thing for Asia, Middle East, and
Yeah.
also Latin America. And in the summer also we'll do something similar around Germany, where we're going to go for Gamescom. So again, find opportunities that we can also meet face to face. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll also be probably in Bangkok, like for the Sub-Zero.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
Yeah. So if somebody's there, we are applied to do a speech there around the Polkadot Unity SDK, Ajuna, Bayou network, and Hexalem. So yeah, pretty interesting. And
Rumble starting in a couple of seconds for everyone.
we also like did like a little bit of, we tried to be involved with the that dot is that meme coin,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and trying to support where we could. Yeah, for me, like what is like the most important part here is that it stays like project independent. So it's like a real meme coin. It's not like part of Moonbeam, part of Unique, or part of Ajuna. It should really be something on its own. And yeah, I think it's an interesting thing, and we are eager to look at it, how it develops.
Yeah.
Dota, yeah. So
We're
there
looking
was
at all
also
of them.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We are looking at all of them, from Pink to Dota to this, but sort of maybe
yeah.
to clear. We're trying to. So one thing that we are trying to look is when there is an actual serious technical part to it, a discussion, we get involved so we can see how we can contribute. So that we did with Dead. We see the community channels that are being opened and sort of see try to figure out the activity. Because yeah, obviously there is value in sort of meme coins. Even the virality of them is of value. But yeah, that's sort of the way that we are sort of looking at them and how we can contribute to all of these efforts.
So just like to give a short update, Dota is, I think, ready to be transferred. So we're gonna check out. I mean, for the ambassadors, we had like a small, I don't know how to explain this, a mining facility. And yeah, we're gonna transfer the Dotas to you guys that have been part of it. So the round
What
9.
was that round 8? An earthquake? I've never seen that before.
Oh my god!
Just
But
took
I
out 8
did,
people. What the hell?
I have probably forgot to apply them.
That's why we had an earthquake.
Uh, I can't get in.
2 players left. Okay, let's see. So it must be.
Oh, only one.
Hey,
Nick,
I won!
you won!
My
Whoa! Oh my god!
absolutely
Hey,
fair.
that's,
Nothing rigged here. Quite clear. I had nothing to do with
let
the
me
earthquake.
check. Let me check if you would be eligible to get something.
Oh no! That's crazy.
Let me check. Let me check. Oh, hey.
Which account
He
do you have?
has. Yeah, the one. I think you had 2 accounts. Like
Yeah, I have
I
the
had
second one.
the yeah. I have like the 4 legendaries on season 1 here. I think it's your season 1 account.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. It's fine.
congrats, Nick.
Hey, thanks.
It's yeah. Next time we're gonna do like one for Nick, right?
Yeah, one for me. I think it's actually the first one I won. Eh? We're
Yeah,
not
I won
investigating
once,
anything. We're not investigating anything. Big
no.
crypto.
Yeah.
All fair and square.
It's everything is fair. Everything is fair. Good. Hey, then
Hey, that was cool.
congrats, Nicholas.
Hey, Thanks, guys.
And
Thank you all. Thank you all for joining.
yeah,
And we're gonna have a good year. And we're really excited
yeah,
to have all of you sort of here with us. It's going to be pretty busy. So I think we have our batteries full and ready to go to make
yeah,
sort of the best that we can out of it. So, yep. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
yeah. Have a great one. Bye, guys. Bye, bye.